Hello and welcome back to Warcraft Stories. Today's episode is about Ventrilo. What Ventrilo is, it's like TeamSpeak, if you don't know what these are. It's voice activation, it's voice programs that you can communicate to your other guild members when you're playing a game. And since you have 40-man raids, you at least have 40 people on the server at one time. So it's kind of like you have a small audience, which makes it a very good scenario for shenanigans to take place, which they often did in my guild. Once you get really good at like Molten Core, which is a 40-man raid, you tend to get bored with it and you kind of want to have fun while you're killing stuff. So while you're targeting lava spawns and debuffing core hound buffs and shit, you kind of want to, it gets where it's automatic. And there's so many people, once you get really, really good at it, and you can do Molten Core with 20 people. So if you have a 40-man raid, you could really have 20 people just slacking off, not doing anything. So what we would do, this was always fun. I would get a soundboard, and a couple other guys would too. Like I would like Jack Black soundboard, for example. Say we're in Molten Core and all of our gear's kind of broken and you need to repair. I was the guild repair bot bitch because I was an engineer. So they'd be like, "Hey Tank, can you bring us a repair bot?" And I'll be like,
"Fuck you, you fucking dick! Shut up, you piece of shit!"
So that would kind of really freak people out, and the guild leaders would really get pissed off. Which I was an officer, and it's hard to like click off to the other screen and see who's the one doing the stupid sound effects, unless you have two monitors like I do, and you can watch over here and while you're watching the game. But that's always fun. Say an epic item drops, like a big purple sword. Everybody wants this sword. You just be like,
"Give it to me." Yeah, give it to me. Hey, give it to me. Me, baby, me. I love you. Give it to me. Do you have any money? Give it to me.
Yeah, that's always good. Just out of the blue, just for no reason at all to do this.
Fucking chaos!
That drives everybody crazy. Everybody would laugh their asses off on that one.
Fucking chaos!
Just out of the blue for no reason.
Dude, listen. Fucking chaos! Cock push-ups? I've been doing cock push-ups.
So yeah, soundboards are great. Sometimes we would get into some Napoleon Dynamite, and that's always good. It'd be like somebody would be lagging behind in the group, like...
Is Pedro there?
Or somebody needs to make some mage water, and the mages start making water and food and stuff, and be like...
Tina, come get some ham!
Or the best is if you're like fighting a really big monster, like say you're at the last boss, Ragnaros and stuff, like you're not even sure if you could actually kill the guy because it's really complicated, and just be like...
Do the chickens have large talons?
It's always fun. There's like 40 people, and just you break out into one of these sound effects, and everybody goes crazy. So next I want to talk about, this is a really popular phenomenon. I don't know why. Now, if you don't know what this is, you're a Warcraft noob, and you need to just quit playing or something, because this is so popular back in the day. I don't know if it still is. This is actual MP3 of a guy doing Onyxia's lair.
Odd groups got left, even groups got right. That means 1, 3, 5, 7 left, 2, 4, 6, 8 right. 7 and 8 are whelp groups. Okay,
so then he goes off on him and he's like...
Many whelps! Now handle it! Fuck!
I love that part.
That's a fucking 50 DKP minus! What the fuck was that shit?
Yeah, this guy just goes nuts, and it's been on YTMND, all these big websites. It's like really popular. If you don't know what this is, so I made my own version. I went to the what's that voice? It's like an AT&T site that does robotic voices for phone answering machines or something, and like I typed all this out. You can only put like 3 or 4 lines of text, and this is like a big 2 or 3 page deal. So I had to type in each little fucking thing, and it took forever to make. But this is the whole thing as done by a robotic voice.
Odd groups got left, even groups got right. That means 1, 3, 5, 7 left, 2, 4, 6, 8 right. 7 and 8 are whelp groups. Okay, listen the fuck up, you're going to DPS. Slowly. And by slow I mean fucking slow. And if you get aggro, you're going to lose 50 DKP, because you didn't know what the fuck to do. And watch the fucking tail. If you get kicked into the fucking whelps, you lose 50 DKP again for not being where the fuck you were supposed to be. After 2 sunders you can basically start doing damage to it, assuming you know how aggro works, and you don't over aggro. Okay, Nuka.it, help the whelp groups, When into phase 2, nuke it as fast as possible. Do you want to get it down as fast as possible? Have dots up on every time Tauros, Shadow Word Pain, Warlock Curses, Rents, everything. I don't see enough dots. More dots now. Come on, more DPS. Hit it like you mean it. You'll get time to rest in phase 3 when I'm getting the aggro. Remember, save all your aggro-reducing abilities for when it lands. That means feign death, vanish, fade, anything that you can use to reset aggro. At 40% you will stop dots. Until then you will throw more dots. More dots, more dots. Come on, more dots. Okay, stop dots. Now hit it very hard and very fast. Lee, run to the center. Mogris, run to the center. Foresight, run to the center. Stark, run to the center. Itis, run to the center. Whatever the fuck you do, do not stand next to other people. Mogris, center, just heal me. Lee, do not go near the head. Go away from the head, Lee. Okay, DPS slowly. Come here, you fucking cunts. And watch the tail. Whelps. Who the fuck was that? Crush him, what the fuck? Whelps left side. Even side. Many whelps. Now handle it. Fuck. That's a fucking 50 DKP minus. What the fuck was that shit? If you stand in the right fucking place, there is no way you're going to get into the goddamn whelps. Whatever fucking fear. Tail swipe, whatever the fuck. Okay. It's like 1 in a fucking million from the north corner to the middle of the fucking well cave. It's not even fucking remotely imaginable.
So that's the famous Onyxia wipe phonetic voice thing that I made. I played that thing, I don't know, 8 or 10 times, because people kept wanting to hear it over and over again. And next I want to talk about, there were a couple of times something really amazing happens and the Ventrilo server just goes crazy. Everybody's like screaming, oh my god, what the fuck was that? That was awesome. So there's 3 times I can remember that it was really good. Okay, the first time happened with their guild leader Immune. He was a paladin like me, but we all had those big halberd of smitings, like I had the big polearm, and he may have had a Spinal Reaper axe from Molten Core, the Ragnaros drops. And then after he got that, he respec to like do the most damage you could possibly do, and he started wearing all of his PvP gear so he could get his critical strike bonuses and stuff. Not sure if this was then, or he may have just had a regular old halberd of smiting, but we were on the Tiger boss in Zul'Gurub. This was our first time we ever got it killed, I believe. And we were just barely getting by in Zul'Gurub. We were still kind of new at it, and we sucked. The whole guild, everybody wipes. Well, Immune, he had one of those warlock things. Man, it's been so long, I can't even remember what they're called, but it's like you bring yourself back to life so you can resurrect people, you know. Soulstone. Yeah, he was fucking Soulstone, right? And normally you don't want to like come back up once the monster's still around. You want to wait for him to reset and then respawn and resurrect everybody. But we had him down to 1% and we thought he was like almost dead. So Immune pops up, uses his soulstone, whacks the sucker and kills it, and he's the only one left alive. And that was pretty wicked. Everybody was screaming, oh my god, he just popped up and killed it with one shot, and everybody was like going crazy. This was back when Gum was in the guild. Gum, last time I saw him, he had gotten the claws from the Tiger boss and the claws from the Panther boss, which if you have both of them together, they transform you into a panther or the tiger guy. Yeah, you turn into a tiger for like 8 seconds or something if you proc with it. So yeah, he was pretty legendary, like I said. And the second thing happened in the same place, Zul'Gurub. The first time we killed Hakar. And the thing about Hakar is, if you don't kill him in 10 minutes time, he goes apeshit and just kills everybody. There's no stopping him after 10 minutes. He just goes crazy. But if you kill him right here on the edge of this little platform, if you position him sometimes, he'll get stuck there and he can't attack anybody. He just kind of turns around and spins, and he does his poison drain, but he can't really attack anybody like melee damage. So somehow we glitched him up. There was only like 5 people left, and it was after 10 minutes. He went berserk, but he couldn't do anything. So we were like, those 5 people somehow outlasted him and finally managed to kill him without him draining their life back up. He was healing himself, but they would eventually take him down a little bit lower each time. So once that went down, we all celebrated and went crazy. And the third time that something really crazy happened, this was in Molten Core. And I have pictures of this also. This was, we were fighting Shazra. Now Shazra is a mage, like lizard type thing. What are those things called? They're like Nagas. Molten Core Nagas, okay. So what Shazra does is she does a big AoE arcane damage magic burst. And what you want to do is have your tank in the middle of a big circle or half circle of people. And once she randomly targets somebody, she'll go after them. And you want everybody split up into groups, so if she does do this AoE, it doesn't wipe out your whole raid. And once you get targeted, you run to the middle so the tank can pick it back up and you can run back away. But instinctively, everybody will run away, and that just causes it to chase the guy until she just wipes everybody out. And if you don't coordinate this right, you're in deep, deep shit, because she can wipe your raid really, really quick if you fuck it up. So somebody fucks it up, of course, and we're all about to die. Everybody's like sitting there dead. Most of us had already started to run back from the graveyard to come back to the instance. And somebody had just joined the raid, or they already made it all the way back to the instance, and they zoned in. Now Blizzard did something with a patch where once you're in combat inside an instance, you can't get out of combat again. And if you're in combat with a boss, like Shazra is, if you come into the instance, you're automatically targeted and they teleport you into where the boss is at. But for some reason, they hadn't perfected this patch yet, and it didn't teleport them in. So what it did was, since they were the only person in the instance alive and Shazra was still in combat, Shazra proceeded to run to the beginning of the entrance where the guy had just zoned in. And this is a long, long ways away from where Shazra is actually located at. And if you notice from the screenshot here, I made sure to get the instance portal in the shot. You can see Shazra over there on the right and the instance portal over here on the left. That's how far she ran. She ran all the way back to the fucking start. And once we realized what was going on, we realized she was running to the beginning to chase after somebody. We screamed at him, stay inside the instance, we're coming. Everybody zone in, zone in. And everybody zoned in. We beat the hell out of her. And that was just crazy, because here's another shot of her. Looking at her dead corpse right there, right at the beginning of the instance where all the molten giants are usually at. And also here's what my raid UI looks like. Here's all my guild members over here on the left. Here's a raid threat meter on the right, and over here you've got the main tank targets from CT raid. I have a resurrection monitor that shows me who's being resurrected, so I don't have to waste time resurrecting somebody that's already got a priest on them. And I got these 3D animations of the bosses and stuff. So that's pretty cool. And that's about all I have for this episode.